our ice maker.
I know, I came out and I couldn't believe we have these beautiful blue and whites. They're going very, very quickly. This is my absolute favorite ice maker that we have here. In fact, this one's gonna be popping out some ice right now. Is it here? Here we go. There we go. And you're gonna see it actually pops off the ice from these prongs. It will dump it into the bucket and then automatically start making another batch of ice for you. It couldn't be easier. You don't need a drain. You don't need a water line. It does all of the work for you, just like that. And you know how much this little baby's gonna make you in 24 hours? Look at this. You are gonna get 26 pounds of ice in 24 hours. That is outstanding. This is all the ice you're gonna need for your picnics, for your barbecues, when you're heading out to the parades, when you're going to the beach, whatever you need ice for, all of those parties, this is gonna give it to you.
It is. Now, hey, we've already sold out a couple of our colors. We have the final 1000. We have the white, we have the blue, and have ice will travel.
Exactly. Have ice will party.
Have ice will party. So we have the final 150 of that blue, and no kidding, for less than $30, for $28.99 with free shipping. You know, I asked you this, Rebecca, because here's what blew me away. I was operating under the assumption that it would function kind of like the ice maker in my refrigerator, that, by the way, the filter is almost what you're spending for the whole doggone shoot and match. I'll just tell you that right now. But my ice maker needs to reset. And I even said, okay, well, that's great for the first batch, but what about, you know, the next batch? And you can actually just keep going, right?
This keeps going.
Isn't
in fact,
wild?
What you saw me do is pour water. So it's this simple. No, like I said, no water line. You just need an outlet. You just take that basket out, you fill it a little bit with water. It can be any kind of water you want. I use tap water, but fancy pants over here. You like some fancy water.
I like my filtered water
too. Whatever you enjoy.
I'm fancy.
Because she is fancy. She's much fancier than I am.
I am.
You put the basket right in there, and then you make your selections. You turn it on. There's one going that's right here.
That's a sound of a party.
Or is it over by you?
That's a sound of fun.
I think it might be coming.
Okay.
I think it's by you. Yeah.
Okay.
See, it's gonna pop it out.
Yep.
It's so much fun to watch. It's almost like hitting 777s.
It is.
You can hear it.
That's
like,
so funny. It's so true. There it goes.
Ding, 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 continue to do that.
Yeah.
And as long as this water is full, all you have to do is make your selections. The S, this is why this is my favorite, because you have choices. The S is for small ice.
Right.
The L is for large ice.
Why don't you need different sizes?
So let me show you the difference here between the large and the small. This is gonna be perfect. The large ice is great for, maybe you have some cocktails where you really wanna taste that expensive bottle of bourbon. You wanna taste that. You don't wanna taste the watered down version.
You don't wanna taste that freezer burn.
No, no.
And I don't care what you do to that freezer. There's something, I don't know.
I always
I don't know what it is.
And then the small is perfect for smoothies, for your shakes, for your malts, all of those if you want to use that. And then if you can see here, they thought of everything. It has a little indentation that doesn't go all the way through. What this is going to do for you is give you more surface of the ice to cool down your drinks faster, but then because it's still one solid block, it's going to melt slower.
It's so smart. And really, with the final quantities, and this might be in terms of availability, these might be the final quantities for the entire summer season. Quite often they sell out well before 4th of July or backyard barbecue or some of our summer parties, and then people are just left in the lurch. So the good news is we've got one for you tonight. I think whether you're using it at the picnic shelter, whether you're using it at the outdoor party in your backyard, or frankly, even just in the convenience of your own home, because I think the whole idea here is, Rebecca, there is a better way. We all like ice, whether it's in a smoothie or a coffee drink, protein drink, I mean, whatever it might be. But ice is, if you run out, somebody's always got to go to the store.
I mean, it's the worst thing to hear is, honey, we need more ice. Somebody has to leave. Everybody else has to slow their sips. The whole party stalls. Then you have those big bags of ice that melt all over. You don't know where to store them. This is going to make ice on demand. You can see how many different times we've made a batch of ice. That's because this will make a batch of ice in 6 to 13 minutes. The only reason there's a little bit of varying time.
Say that again. It will
6 to 13.
6 to 13
I mean,
minutes.
13 is the longest, and that's if you're put this in maybe a covered porch so it's hot
Yeah,
outside,
so if it's
and you're
warmer.
making large.
Yeah.
That's going to take you 13 minutes.
I tell you, that blew my mind. When Rebecca told me that, I'm like, really?
I know,
have
it's
never
crazy.
heard of such a thing.
Do you know how long it takes to make ice in one of these? And we're still using these. Remember, this is portable.
Yeah.
All you need is an outlet. So you can take it to your cabin. You can take it in your RV.
You can.
Take it to your condo.
Yep.
And you don't have to use these anymore.
Nope.
Because that's a lot of the times where we're using them. This takes 6 hours to make 24 ice cubes. Your refrigerator ice maker takes 3.5.
Yep.
This takes 6 to 13 minutes.
Isn't that unbelievable?
I just love it.
Every time Rebecca tells me that, it blows my mind. And if you want the blue, we have the final 150. Don't let that party come to a screeching halt because you run out of ice. Or Rebecca and I, we were having a whole Minnesota conversation before I got on the air. We're from the same part of the country, and we have those garage parties. And because we're just happy when the sun is out and available.
We're out with them.
We're out.
We're
I mean, it
out
doesn't
there
matter.
with them.
Exactly. And you know, so we all have those parties, whether it's the shed party because I'm from a farm area, or the garage party. I mean, the party stops if there is no ice, and you're going to have ice on demand with no freezer burn, and really the perfect size and shape, whether it's that adult beverage, you know, that liqueur that you spend a lot of money on, or your coffee drink, or your smoothie, or food safety, as we were talking like in Minnesota. We put mayonnaise on everything. I don't care if it's picnic salad.
You don't want anyone getting sick on your food.
Oh, no. Coleslaw, potato salad, you name it, right? Good grief.
And when you are using it, so say we're using it for those smoothies, you want your ice to taste good, even for your water, even for your iced lemonade. And the reason this will taste better is it's all made in this self-contained ice maker.
So nice.
When you make them in your freezer, you're picking up any of the food that's being stored there. That's why mine, I'm always picking up some kind of onion. Now, I love onion in an omelet. I don't want it in my water.
You don't want onion in your pina colada.
You don't want onion in your pina colada.
That's not the effect that you're going after.
And because it tastes better, I'm going to tell you right now, because it tastes better, it's going to taste creamy. And I know that sounds silly, but every morning you wake up, this ice maker is the perfect place. We're talking about parties. We're talking about taking...
Is that the large or the small that you use?
I'm using the small right now.
Small for smoothies.
Small for smoothies is the perfect one.
Okay.
And really, it's fine. It just grinds it to a perfect consistency.
But when you did this demonstration, and again, look at how simple this is. Okay, a little fresh fruit, and then you're adding what? Orange juice?
That's it.
Like
just some juice.
But here's what's so wild. I'm actually trying to, in addition to watching my sugar, I'm trying to watch the dairy in my diet. You know, I'm trying to do a couple of things with, you know, with regard to my lifestyle diet. And I swear to you, when I aired this with Rebecca the other night, and I tried this, I thought, because I watched you, I thought, this tastes like you put milk in. Like there would be dairy or a thickening agent in it.
Look at this. You know? My girlfriends laughed at me when they said, honey, ice can't taste creamy. And I made this for them. And they said, now I'm going to tell you how I actually made it for them. I put a little rum in there. I'm just going to, because
honesty, you can.
Because you can. And it tasted like the best adult smoothie you've ever had in your entire life.
Sure, but look at how nice and creamy that looks. It does look almost like a dreamsicle in a way.
It really, really does.
And if you wouldn't have watched her do this live, I guess the natural reaction would be, well, there's dairy in there, right?
There is.
The other thing that we were talking about, though, are the iced coffee drinks.
That's my favorite. So like I said, every morning, you have this set and ready to go. You hit on in 6 minutes. You're going to get that ice. And you may be a snob about your water, but I'm a snob about my coffee. And I want to taste that coffee that I spent money on. And look at what I can have in just minutes. I'm able to have a fresh iced coffee. It's my favorite treat in the summer months. I absolutely love it.
But with those, you were saying earlier, like with that little hole, it doesn't dilute the drink.
I can kind of show you here. If you look in here and you can see it, and we've actually had this set for over 20 minutes. It's been sitting here. Yes, we had it set and ready to go, waiting to do the show. You can see that it has that little indentation, so there's more surface of the ice. So that's going to cool your drink down faster. That's why if you're making iced coffee, it really works perfect for iced coffee.
No kidding.
Iced tea, fresh iced tea. And then because it's still that great size block of ice, it's going to melt slower. And so you're you're just tasting that wonderful drink. It's not melting. And that ice tastes better. I think this one's getting ready to go. It sounds like.
Okay.
You can usually hear it go.
You said again, every 6 to 13 minutes?
6 to 13 minutes, you're going to get this beautiful batch of ice. And the moment it's done, if we can keep it on here and you can see that the moment that it's done, it continues to make more ice.
That is just wild.
So when you have those parties, you don't have to babysit it.
You don't. Rebecca, can you show the process again or just talk us through this? Because maybe I'm just of the mindset I always try to make things more complicated than they really need to be.
Yes.
And all you do is basically pour, now if you're fancy like me, you can use filtered water or tap water. Doesn't matter.
Or camping. I mean, I do want to tell you, remember, this is 17 pounds, so you can take it camping, you can take it boating, you can take it RVing. If you've got a guy in your life, this is a perfect Father's Day gift if they hunt or they fish for all of the things that they catch. And then you get to use it the rest of the year.
Yeah, amen, right? Exactly.
But you just put water right into the body of it, the reservoir, thank you. You put the chest back in, and then you make your selection. That's on. You hit the select for the small or the large ice. This little button right here, I should say light, indicator light, says ice full. That's going to tell you when you just need to empty this into an ice chest. And the add water will tell you when you, so say you're at a party, keep this right there. Anybody can do it.
Anybody can. I was just thinking, I bet the kids are going to have a blast with this, because you know how they love to see, like at amusement, you know, like the things moving and making things.
That, you could make Hawaiian ice.
You could, it
would be delicious this summer.
Man.
And look at all you're going to get in 24 hours. You get 26 pounds of ice. If you're spending all of those weekends in the hot summer sun, watching those baseball games at the ball field, this is going to do it for you. And guess what? I used it. When Hurricane Irma hit, we had no power for 5 days. And I'm from Minnesota. It was my first hurricane. I had no idea that you literally cannot find ice anywhere.
No.
I made it in the back of my car.
Yeah, because you said
I have a standard ice. I have a plug. So I was able to make ice for me and for my neighbors. We had ice.
Isn't that wild? But you know, let's say you're doing the class reunion, the family reunion, the outdoor wedding. Maybe you do catering, and there's a little plug in that shelter area. Perfect. Final 100, give or take, on that blue, the balance of which is in the white. You can't make a bad decision here. All right, you're going to help me make peace with the neighbors so they don't see everything going on.